The Board of License Commissioners meeting for April 17, 2018 will begin. Let me start by reading the open meeting law. Pursuant to the open meeting law, any person may make an audio or video recording of this public meeting or may transmit the meeting through any medium. Attendees are therefore advised that such recordings or transmissions are being made whether perceived or unperceived by those present and are deemed acknowledged and permissible. With that, we do have 9 items on the agenda. If anyone is here for Jenny's House, which is 1247 Hancock Street for a cabaret, a karaoke license, myself and Peter Turowski, the liquor inspector, were over there just about a half hour ago, and they are not coming back before us for a cabaret license. They really don't need a cabaret license. They just want to be able to sing happy birthday to employees or the customers if they're having a thing there. So I think they can sing happy birthday without a license from us, so.
I hope so. Withdraw.
Yeah, that is withdrawn without prejudice, okay? And with that, we do have 2 items that are continued from our last meeting. And the first one is continued hearing from April 3rd, 2018 regarding the request of full speed ahead for a special use permit, 1 day, all alcoholic license for the fundraiser on the USS Salem. And this is Ryan Packer. Ryan was before us a couple of weeks ago, and we wanted some additional information just from the Shipbuilding Museum so that we had verification that he did have permission to be on the boat. And I did receive a letter. To whom it may concern, this letter serves as permission for Ryan Packer to hold his full speed ahead benefit aboard the USS Salem on August 24th, 2018. He's held this benefit on the Salem for the past 4 years, and we look forward to hosting another benefit for him. And it's signed by Michael Condon, the Executive Director of the United States Naval Shipbuilding Museum and the USS Salem. And with that, the only question that I have is, what type of food are you going to be serving? You have to have some type of food if you're serving alcohol.
Yes, so Daddy's Bonetown Burgers will be...
We'll be catering it?
Yep, we'll be catering. They have a food truck, and they'll be in for a license.
As long as they come down to my office, that's perfect, and we can take care of them there. With that, I do want to just look for a couple of comments from the police, from the fire chief and the building inspector regarding where you're allowed to be on the boat, just for safety concerns, so.
Yeah, I'll defer to the chief. Thank you.
Well, you're on the utmost deck, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So it's where you've been in the past.
Yes, well, in the past, the entire ship has been open. The restrooms are on the 1 deck below. So patrons have been in the whole ship.
But you're not this time. You're not the whole ship this time.
Right, so right now, it was the understanding of the last meeting that it was to be held just on the top deck.
Okay. I'm fine with that.
So do people still have to go down below deck to go to the
To
bathroom?
use the restroom,
Well,
yes.
is that an issue? I don't know if we want people roaming around below
How
deck.
many people are going to be in this event, do you think?
About 100, 150.
Yeah, I would suggest you get some porta potties.
Okay. Absolutely.
It's either that or you're going to have to hire a firefighter detail.
Yeah, I've had a police detail in the past.
Sorry?
I've had a police detail in the past, hired fire detail.
You have to have a firefighter.
Okay, yeah, absolutely.
You can do the portable toilets or rope off that area if you don't have the restriction. And hire a firefighter.
Very good.
Uh,
I'll just
back
hire a
in-
firefighter then if it's that much easier.
Okay.
rather just do that.
You have the resources and authority to do that?
Absolutely.
Okay. You'd have to, see, we're August 24th, so you'd have to call my fire prevention office a week in advance and schedule for that, the event.
Sure.
Okay? Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else have any comments, questions? Anybody in the audience have any comments, questions, concerns? Seeing none, we'll close that section. Board members, any other comments, questions, concerns? Chief is all set?
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to grant the request of full speed ahead for a special use permit 1 day out all alcoholic beverage license for a fundraiser for the USS Salem. The event will be held on the USS Salem on August 24th, 2018, from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. There will be a firefighter on duty for folks using the men's and ladies' room below, one deck below.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to grant the request of Full Speed Ahead for a special use permit, one-day all alcoholic beverage license for August 24th, 2018, from 6 to 11 p.m. It will be held on the USS Salem. The event will take place on the above deck of the USS Salem with a fire detail on so that people can go to the deck right below so they can use the men's room and the ladies' room. All in favor?
Aye.
You're all set,
Very good.
okay?
Good luck.
Yeah. I just want to do the
Continue
continued one first. Agenda item number 2, this is again a continued hearing. This is the continued hearing from April 3rd, 2018 regarding the request of Buccini's Mr. Sub for a common vicular license. How are we?
Everything's all set.
Everything's all set. I did speak with the Chief Plumbing Inspector, Tom Pecoraro. He said everything is all set. We did have this meeting earlier before we go forward. This is just a transfer of a common vicular license. There's no alcohol involved. It's Mr. Sub on Billings Road. It's been there since
45 years, 1972?
Yeah, 1972 is when it opened. Wow, that's a long time ago. Were you born then?
72 was the year I was born, yes.
So,
For the record?
with that, anybody in the audience have any comments, questions, concerns? Seeing none, board members, comments, questions?
Did you
concerns?
already put did you put the bathroom in your facility?
Yeah.
Oh, it's all done?
It's all done.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Looking for a motion.
Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to grant the request of Buccini's Mr. Sub for a common victular license due to a change in ownership for the premises located at 62 Billings Road. Proposed manager is Eunice Sequan. Right. Proposed hours of operation, 10:30 a.m. to 10 p.m., 7 days a week.
That's in this week, yep.
Represented by Mr. Eunice Sequan.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to grant the request of Buccini's Mr. Sub for a common vicular license at 62 Billings Road. The proposed manager is Eunice Sequam. Hours of operation, 7 days a week, 10:30 to 10 p.m. All in favor?
Aye.
You're all
Thank you very
set.
much.
Good luck, all right? Thank you very much for taking care
No
of
problem, thank you very much.
Oh, yeah?
it. Agenda item number 3, we're gonna go right to our charities now. Hearing regarding the request of Ian Kane for a special use permit for the annual Porch Fest, and this is to be held on Saturday, June 23rd. And we have Council Ian Kane from Ward 3.
Mr. Chairman, thank you very much for having me, Ian Kane, 8 High Point Circle, also the Ward 3 City Councilor. Through you to the licensing board here to represent the Porch Fest Quincy crew. We are looking forward and hoping that you will vote in favor of a general permit for our 3rd Porch Fest event. Last year, felt it as a success. We, always love to hear more feedback from the police and fire departments, especially who we work closely with, at least in the community level, to make sure that everything was copacetic and planned appropriately. The only thing that's changed this year, we're planning to change the times a little bit. I think we had previously started earlier in the afternoon from about 1 p.m., went to about 7 or 8. In 3 neighborhoods of the city, we're looking at Marymount, Squantum, and Wollaston Hill. We're looking to have it staggered, starting in Wollaston Hill at 3 p.m. We'll start Marymount and Squantum at 4 p.m. Wollaston will end at 7, Marymount and Squantum will end at 9 p.m.
So 4 to 9 on Marymount and Squantum, and 3 to 7 on Wollaston.
Correct.
Before I ask any questions from the board, does anybody in the audience have any comments, questions, concerns?
We get a
Yes?
thumbs up.
Is that just a thumbs up, that's it? You want to give your name or anything like that for the record?
Oh, Maureen Conway, North Quincy. I'm delighted Porch Fest is coming back.
So on.
Thank you.
There you go. So with that, I know last year we did have a beer truck out in Squantum. I'm assuming we're gonna be looking into that again.
That will be separate.
That will be separate,
That'll
come
come
in,
separate
that'll
if
come
it
in
gets
separate
not
from
through,
that,
not through
but
this.
not through
And,
that.
we had worked at food trucks, or at least tried to have food trucks come in the past prior 2 years. And we're gonna forego that. I think that was
It's just,
it's tough to get people, we can't predict,
Yeah,
the
it is
revenue for
tough.
these folks.
Yeah.
And so, we just say, come enjoy. And,
so if people
yes,
wanna
May.
serve food at their house for Porch Fest, that's fine,
that's their
that's
business.
on them.
That's their
And-
business,
And
yeah.
that's, they don't need any license from us for that.
Is there a website?
There is, it's Porchfest, www.porchfestquincy.org. And it'll have the listing of eventually all the locations, but as we start to have performers register for the event, you'll have all the performers registered. So thus far, we've got about 57 performers registered, yeah, and 50 locations,
And
so.
it's,
How many did you start out with?
The first year, and it's funny, because we were shooting for about 10 to 20 the first year, performers, and we ended up with over 70. Last year, we had over 110. So yeah, so this year,
it's growing.
yeah, it's growing. I think it'll probably, I'm assuming it'll hit parity, and, we'll have probably around the same numbers last year, but the enthusiasm's still there. This is a wonderful Quincy event. It's turned into an annuity, and we've really enjoyed it in the years past. People have enjoyed it, and, we hope people will enjoy it again.
Third year,
This is
right?
the third year.
And it's, just so I have the web address.
It's www.porchfestquincy.org. Yeah, and I don't even think I said the date. It's June 23, 2018.
Yes, we do have June 23, 2018. When I'm on with Joe Catalano tomorrow, he's gonna wanna ask, he's gonna wanna know the webpage, so I
Oh,
wanted
sure.
to make sure I had it right for
Sure
you.
does a great service.
Joe does do a great job. With that, board members, any other comments, questions? Seeing none, looking for a motion?
I went to Squantum yesterday, last year, yesterday, and everything was wonderful. People enjoyed it, no issues at all, including the beer tent that was set up. Everything was just perfectly well.
Good. Good, thank you.
Everybody enjoyed themselves.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to grant the request of Ian Kane for a special use permit for their third annual Porch Fest to be held on Saturday, June 23rd, 2018, from 3 o'clock to 9 p.m. throughout the city.
Second?
Motion made and seconded to grant the request of Ian Kane for a special use permit for the third annual Porch Fest for Saturday, June 23rd, 2018, and it will be held in Marymount, Squantum, and Wollaston Hill. Hours will be 3 to 9 p.m. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Board.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Agenda item number 4. Hearing regarding the request of Philadelphia Assembly of God, 350 Washington Street, for a special use permit for a celebration and outdoor gathering in the parking lot of the church. The event will be held on Saturday, April 21st, which is this Saturday, right?
Yes.
From 9 a.m. till 2 p.m., and it's represented by Miss Jenny Samido dos Santos.
Yes.
Not too bad. So why don't you tell us about what's going to be going on at the Philadelphia Assembly of God at 350 Washington Street?
Okay, we're just going to have an outdoors activity in our parking lot. We plan to give out a few snacks and a few pamphlets, nothing too loud or too extravagant, just an outdoor get-together.
And is it open to anybody? Is it open just to the church or
Anybody.
anybody?
Yes. We'll be inviting people passing by or,
And there's no alcohol to be served, right?
no.
And on the food aspect of it, are you guys preparing it or is it just prepackaged snacks or?
We're going to have mostly prepackaged and some hot dogs.
Okay.
We don't want to go to,
Hot dogs are good.
Yeah,
That's
just-
easy.
yeah, something simple.
I can even cook a hot dog.
Yeah.
Before I open it up to the board, anybody in the audience have any comments, questions, concerns? Seeing none. Now, is this, are you raising money for the church? Does it cost to get in, or is it just an awareness day for the church?
Yeah, just, it doesn't cost anything.
All of the paperwork is filled out. We have no issues. Board member, any comments, questions? Seeing none, looking for a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to grant the request of Philadelphia Assembly of God, 350 Washington Street, for a special use permit for celebration and outdoor gathering in the parking lot of the church. The event will be held on Saturday, April 21st, 2018, from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. for approximately 50 to 100 people, represented by Ms. Jenny Samido dos Santos.
Second?
Motion made and seconded to grant the request of Philadelphia Assembly of God, 350 Washington Street, for a special use permit for a celebration and outdoor gathering in the church lot. It will be held on Saturday, April 21st, from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Any rain date?
Sorry.
If it rains on that day, you're still going forward?
It's gonna be
Yeah,
nice.
I mean,
I'm just checking.
I checked.
Okay,
yeah, we're gonna go.
we gotta go with it. I mean, if you want a rain date, we can throw a rain date in right now.
Oh,
Do
okay.
you want us to push this for the following Saturday if there's a rain date?
Well,
Or do you want to do Sunday?
it would actually have to be, because we have something planned that Saturday, so the following one.
So the 20, what day is that? It's gonna be May 5th.
Yeah, no.
So motion made and seconded to grant the request of Philadelphia Assembly of God, 350 Washington Street, for a special use permit for a celebration and outdoor gathering. The event will be held on Saturday, April 21st, with a rain date of May 5th. The hours are from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m., and it's represented by Ms. Jenny Samido dos Santos. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
You're all set. Good luck,
Thank
okay,
you.
Jenny?
Thanks.
I'd like the record to reflect that Sue came up with Cinco de Mayo very quickly.
I know, well,
One of my favorites.
only comes once a year, right?
Yeah.
Agenda item number 5, hearing regarding the request of Quincy Cycles and the Quincy Planning Department for a special use permit for the Quincy Rides, the Spine Bike Ride on May 12, 2018. It is an 8.5-mile ride, and it starts at the Quincy Recreation and ends at the Quincy Recreation Department, which is 1 Marymount Parkway, and it is from 8:30 to noon. Miss Maureen Conway. Maureen, come on up, thumbs up.
Hey, good afternoon,
Hey, she's the
ladies
fun-
and
the
gentlemen.
fun-
Yeah, so this is the 4th year we're doing it. We do it to kick off Bay State Bike Week, and we do it along with the Mayor's Bicycling Commission. It is a ride, not a race. I know in the past there has been a question about that. We will be under the guidance of the Quincy Police, Lieutenant Bina, and the Community Police Department, 5 to 7. They will escort us, and they will only stop traffic when it's absolutely necessary. We also have very experienced drivers that will stay behind with any of the slower cyclists. The route has changed from previous years, as you stated. We started in a different location, and Barry Welsh has given us permission to start at the rec department. But from there, it's the same route. It goes up Marymount Parkway, Hancock Street, under the Neponset River Bridge, back south to Hancock Street, to Washington Street, quick stop at the Quincy Point Congregational Church, and then on to the Department of, Recreation Department. Last year, there were approximately 50 riders. We are expecting the same amount. I asked if we were going rain or shine. We are on, unless there's an absolute typhoon
Like yesterday?
typhoon like yesterday. But we pretty much are going rain or shine.
Good.
I hope you have all the papers.
Yes, we do. I just looked through them all. Everything is there, everything is in order.
All the information, I have correspondence going back and forth between Irene Lutz, the president of Quincy Cycles, and Lieutenant Bina. So everyone's on board to go.
Okay. Anybody in the audience have any comments, questions, concerns?
I do.
Seeing none, you're not in the audience.
My
We'll
guys
close
rode
that.
yesterday. My guys rode their bicycles yesterday in the rain, so.
Okay, so the challenge.
Came
Okay,
Were you on one?
No.
No.
I was in front of the TV.
okay, so are you saying your guys, if they rode yesterday, they will ride on?
Rain or shine.
May 12th, oh, good to know, thank you, 2 thumbs up. Any other questions?
Any other questions,
We do
comments?
have insurance, did I
Yeah,
say that?
everything,
Okay.
all your paperwork is impeccable. 2
Okay.
thumbs up. Board members looking for a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to grant the request of Quincy Cycles and the Quincy Planning Department for a special use permit for the 4th Quincy Rides, the Spine Bike Ride On May 12th, the 8.5-mile route along Hancock, Washington streets will start and end at the Quincy Recreation Department, 1 Marymount Parkway. The event will run from 8:30 to noon, represented by Ms. Maureen Conway.
Second?
Motion made and seconded to grant the request of Quincy Cycles and the Quincy Planning Department for a special use permit for the Quincy Rides the Spine Bike Ride on May 12, 2018. It is located out of the Quincy Recreation Department, 1 Marymount Parkway. The event runs from 8:30 to noon. All in favor?
Aye.
You're all set.
Thanks
Good
very
luck.
much.
Good luck.
You're welcome to join us.
I got a flat.
Elena's, no one is here from Elena's Cafe. We're gonna hold that till the very end then. Put that aside, and we will jump over to
The next one then is going to be Dunkin' Donuts.
agenda item number 8. Hearing regarding the request of Cadet Enterprises doing business as Dunkin' Donuts for common vicular license located at 150 Newport Ave. The proposed manager is Danielle Williams. This is Danielle. How are you, Danielle?
Very well. How are
So
you?
why don't you tell us what you're gonna be doing at 150 Newport Ave?
So basically, we're just gonna have like a express Dunkin' Donuts. It's self-serve. We'll have a cashier, so we'll have one employee on site with a manager at all times. The business will be open from Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. until 4 p.m. and will be closed on weekends. Basically, we ring out the guests, we give the guests their, their cup, whatever, hot or cold. They go ahead and make their own beverage.
It's all self-service?
All self-serve. We also have full access to sanitary, 3-bay sink, et cetera, in the back. Full
Yeah, because
access.
there was something there before.
Correct.
Yeah, because this is within 150, Newport Ave.
Yes.
Yeah, Newport Ave Extension. We issued one-day permits in that general area. I think they have one in the summertime, a big ride or a big carnival or something down there for employees. Don't they have it down there, one of them? Yeah. So all of the paperwork is in order. Bruce Knapp was there from the building department. Bill DeCarli was there from my office. Everything else is here.
I do have the layout. I don't know if anybody has taken a look at the layout of what it will look like once it's completed, but I do.
When my guys go down and his guys go down,
Okay.
you'll be all set with that. So
All
we
right.
need to see
You gonna be
that.
doing any cooking?
No.
Yeah, do you carry donuts and
Just
muffins?
donuts and it'll be self-serve as well.
So when do the donuts arrive from the?
So we
Commission.
have our own
Commission.
CML kitchen area, so we have delivery drivers. Jason Cadet is actually in the process of working with the building manager on getting access to keys to be able to bring the covered donuts inside of the building and leave them on an access, like we can access them in the morning.
And Jason is no stranger to us here. He owns 2 other Dunkin' Donuts that are in the city already. He owns the one on
One right
Newport Ave, which is in the little strip mall where,
687 Hancock Street and 125
What?
Hancock Street,
Windy City?
Yes.
Right near La Pula.
right next door.
We already gave them a license.
Windy's.
Wings.
Oh, okay, yeah. Now I
Good
remember.
ones.
Yeah, okay. And they also own the Dunkin' Donuts next to the Cafe Pacific.
Yes, we do.
So we have no issues with that. Anybody in the audience have any comments, questions, concerns? Seeing none, we'll close that section. And this is just a Monday through Friday store, right?
Correct.
Board members,
Just make sure when you're ready to open, you call our fire prevention office and get a chance to walk.
Absolutely.
Will you be applying for any building permits to do any, are you doing any work or are you just gonna take over the little space?
We're just taking over the little space.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to grant the request of Cadet Enterprises doing business as Dunkin' Donuts for common victular license for the premises located at 150 Newport Avenue Extension. This Dunkin's will be located in the lobby of Granite Telecommunications and will be open from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday. The manager will be Ms. Danielle Williams.
Second?
motion made and seconded to grant the request of Cadet Enterprises doing business as Dunkin' Donuts for a common vicular license located at 150 Newport Ave Extension. Hours of operation are 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday. The manager is Danielle Williams. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank
You're
you
all
so
set,
much.
Danielle. Good luck, all right?
Thank you.
Agenda item number 8. This is agenda item number 9. This is a new item that was brought to our attention earlier this morning. Mr. Matthew Morse can come right up. This is a hearing regarding the request of Cafe Matty for a common vicular license located at 895 Quincy Shore Drive. It's formerly Matilda's, and the hours of operation is 6 a.m. until midnight, and that's 7 days a week.
Yes.
And this is a seasonal, you're gonna be open
I'm gonna try to be a year round.
all year
Yes.
round?
Different hours in the winter.
That's very brave. It's a tough spot to be open all year long. All of the paperwork is in order. I was actually walked in the front door this afternoon as you walked out the back door. So I spoke with the construction guy that you had working in there. They are doing some renovations in there. I know they've already pulled permits from your office, I believe, with the deck that was put on and the rehab of it and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
the permit's recent, or these are the existing permits?
Building
Permit
permits.
for the building permit from the
Yeah.
Canalabs took permits for they did the deck over outside.
Yeah.
Have you gotten any new permits recently?
I haven't, no.
When I went in there, where the pizza oven is, you have the full hood, but next to the pizza oven, it's empty now. Are you gonna be putting a stove or something in there, or what?
There's
what's
gonna be
going
a griddle, there's gonna be a double burner, and some
Okay.
panini press.
And I know that the area they do have it not sprinkled, the Ansel system is up there and all that, so you'll have to do a final walkthrough with the building department, my office, and Director Duca's office from Inspectional Services, just to get the whole thing going. Before I open up any other questions, does anybody in the audience have any comments, questions, concerns? Seeing none, we'll close that portion. Do you have experience in the food business?
Yes, I was in the food manufacturing business for 25 years, and I built a lot of food manufacturing plants, so I have a real strong background in food safety and passive and all that, as well as production and handling it.
Okay. Are you gonna be serving breakfast?
Yes.
Okay. And breakfast, lunch, and dinner then all? you're gonna be
Breakfast
open
and
till
lunch,
midnight?
and possibly, we'll see how the dinner
Yeah.
goes, yes.
And again, you're applying for 6 a.m. until midnight. Doesn't mean you have to stay open until midnight. If you want to close at 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock at night because you think that's fine, then that's your choice, okay? So we're not going to hold you or anything like that.
Is that 7 days?
7 days a week, right?
Yes, 7 days a week.
I
What
think-
is, I'm sorry,
Go ahead.
what is the concept?
Concept, it's a little bit more of an upscale cafe. We're going to be doing, in the morning, gourmet coffee service, Pete's Coffee, if you've ever had Pete's. Hot breakfast sandwiches, baked goods, and then there'll be gourmet sandwiches, there'll be some pizza items, more from the afternoon on. Ice cream, soft serve, smoothies, coffee drinks.
What about night? I noticed you said you may or may not do dinner. What would you be doing from the evening till 12 o'clock? What kind of food would you be serving?
In the summertime, I will say we'll probably be doing dinner till 9, but I see the ice cream, soft serve, coffee drinks,
Okay.
smoothies as being a big thing, especially in the summer.
Great.
Any other comments, questions?
How long has it been since that place was open?
I believe it was open 2 years ago. They opened it just as an ice cream store for 1 year, and then it's maybe 10 years it's been lying there, just waiting for.
I know the Candlehouse have tried a couple of
Do
different
they own it?
times they own it, yeah, and I know that they have an agreement with Mr. Morse as far as the menu items go. I know that that's always been a concern for them, and that's has nothing to do with us. That's between him and his landlord, and that's their business, so we don't have any issue with any of that. But again, it wasn't open last year, but it was open the year before that. I think it's been open like on and off for the past 4 or 5 years. Open a summer, gone a summer, open a summer. So you do have your work cut out for you. It's a great location. I think you'll do very well in the summertime there. Even at nighttime, I can see people stopping, at the end of the night, if they just want to sit outside and have a cup of coffee before, while walking, or have an ice cream. It's a beautiful deck that's there, so we really hope you do very, very well. Any other comments, questions? Board members looking for a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to grant the request of Cafe Matty for a common victualler license for the premises located at 895 Quincy Shore Drive, formerly Matilda's. Proposed hours of operation, 6 a.m. to 12 a.m., 7 days a week. Plan to open late May 2018, represented by Mr. Matthew Morse.
Second?
Motion made and seconded to grant the request of Cafe Matty for a common vicular license for the premise located at 895 Quincy Shore Drive. The proposed hours of operation is 6 a.m. till midnight, and it's represented by Mr. Matthew Morse. All in favor?
Aye.
Matthew, you're all set. Good luck, okay?
Thank you very much.
We want you to be successful there.
Thank you.
Good luck.
So you've got to contact the fire department before you order.
We are going to go back one now. Are you here for anything special or just?
Yeah, he is, he's special.
Oh, he's the new guy, huh? I
Yeah.
didn't know that. I keep looking at him. Can you come up just so we can, I've never met you yet. The new guy, he's replacing Leo.
Oh, okay.
So this is a police officer. See, you didn't, see, undercover.
Yeah, you'd never take him as a policeman.
No, I'm just getting ready to put my hands behind my back.
This is Mark Folin.
Mark Folin.
Yep, the replacement for our licensed premise inspector Leo Coppins. So Mark will
Welcome.
be assuming those duties.
I thought I was missing someone on the
Oh,
agenda
that's
here.
So he's gotta go get his builder's license, Jay, and he'll be over to see you.
All right. Oh.
Yeah, if he's gotta replace Leo, he's gotta get a builder's license. All right, Mark, welcome aboard.
Thank you all.
Thank you. All right, with that, we'll go to agenda item number 6. This is a hearing granting the request of Elena's Cafe for a special use permit, one-day wine and malt beverage license for beer and wine for reception on May 7th, 2018 at 1 Battery March Park. The event is from 4 to 7 p.m. and it's 90 people and it's represented by Mr. Sam Mishkeri. Sam's been before us many, many times in the past. Again, he's up at 1 Battery March Park. He comes before us to get one-day beer and wine licenses on a regular basis. He probably gets about 8 or 9 a year, a little bit less than our friend up at, who's the other one? Oh, there's another guy from over in Colony, I think, comes up every once in a while. But Sam's been before us many times. We have no issues with him. Anybody in the audience have any comments, questions? Seeing none, just looking for a motion. I believe you can get 28 a year. Is it 28 the number or is it 30? I think it's 28.
It's a round number,
Yeah.
so it's.
I think it's 28 a year you're allowed to get, and we charge $100 per one-day license. So if he does 28 a year, it's cheap for him to try to get a liquor license, but they don't. Looking for a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to grant the request of Elena's Cafe for a special use permit, one-day wine and malt beverage license for a beer wine reception on May 7th at 1 Battery March Park. The event will be from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. for approximately 90 people, represented by Mr. Sam Mishkeri.
Second?
Motion made and seconded to grant the request of Elena's Cafe for a special use permit, one-day wine and malt license for May 7th, 2018 at 1 Battery March Park from 4 p.m. until 7 p.m., represented by Mr. Sam Mishkeri. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. He is all set. And with that, we do have a few items on other business. We have our on and off premise licenses. May not sell alcoholic beverages until noontime on Memorial Day, which is Monday, May 28th. And the off-premise licenses may remain open until 11:30 p.m. on Sunday, May 27th. This notice was sent out to all of our off-premise and on and off-premise license holders, and I'm sure this won't be the first time I mention it here. Between now and Memorial Day, we'll probably say it one more time. And other than that, all of the other items are done. Do I have a motion to waive the reading and accept the minutes that Susan does so elegantly?
Motion made.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And that will adjourn the licensing board meeting for April 17th, and we will be meeting again in 2 weeks. Thank you very much.